So I figured I'd be like the 1 billionth person to discuss an issue, but I wanted to discuss it from an angle that I really haven't seen it discussed. I'm a YouTube hound, less so now because it's starting to suck like even more than it started to suck a few years ago. Um, but Amber Heard, right? So everybody's talked about everything. She's a crazy bitch. She's a liar. She's a this. She's a that. She's out of Aquaman. I didn't even see the first one. I don't give a shit about what she's in or what she's been taken out of. Who cares, right? Her kid. Okay, I followed this trial like everybody else. Everybody and their mom followed this fucking trial. And forgive the shitty collar. I just got off work, threw something on because I was just butt ass naked to do this video. So I'm not trying to look all spiffy. But I watched the trial like everybody else. And like everybody else, I was mesmerized by her total Hannibal Lecter-esque ability to just not even give a fuck about giving an answer that made any sense. Like, she just does not. Like, this girl, briefly about her, she struck me as like, obviously she's conventionally attractive, probably less so now. You can tell she's getting work done and all kinds of shit. But she's conventionally attractive, probably gone through her whole life with everybody kissing her ass, opening the door for her, interested in what she has to say. Not really, they're trying to get in her pants, but you know how it goes. It's a double-edged sword to be a beautiful woman. On one hand, everybody likes you and kisses your ass, as I said. On another hand, you have no real understanding of your true value because everything is smoke and mirrors, I should say, because everybody wants to fuck you, right? So she's been living on a planet that has nothing to do with our lives or reality or anybody else's real life. And then she gets into Hollywood, which makes the delusion and the bullshit even worse, right? So I'm watching all that congeal and conflate into a situation where you've got a narcissistic, borderline personality, whatever other fucking psychological disorder we can attribute to her. I'm watching her in real time just not give a fuck, period. Looked like she did a bump of coke on the stand. I think it's hilarious. If you did a bump of coke on the stand, right? If you did a bump of coke on the fucking stand, you're kind of a hero. The criminal justice system, I'm law abiding and I believe in, follow the rules and all this. But, it's kind of a joke. It's kind of even if she was innocent, she would have lost. She don't have the money that, Johnny Depp has. It's a joke in that sense. It's not a joke like she should have prevailed. In my opinion, she should be in fucking jail. Because she's lied so much, and I guess we call that perjury. But I thought it was funny that she did the bump of coke. I thought it was fucking funny that she got no fucking justice out of that. I was like, this bitch is crazy. She's running wild. She can do whatever she wants, right? So I was very, very fascinated and frightened by her personality. But what occurred to me, to stop all my babbling, is the child. Who gives a fuck about her little girl? She has a little girl that she had via surrogate. What I understand, and I'm ashamed that I even researched this. Usually I don't give a fuck about celebrity shit, but I did research it. I was curious, right? Curiosity killed the Sean. And I looked into it. She had a little baby girl, and if the information I have isn't incorrect, she had the baby via surrogacy. I'm assuming because she's a narcissist and she don't want to fuck up her bikini body. This is what I assume. I don't know. Maybe she has a problem. Who knows? And, maybe there's an issue. But she has the baby via surrogacy. I'm assuming that, the sperm donor was Elon Musk. Because this bitch is walking around way too comfortable trying to file multiple lawsuits. And it's like, bitch, you don't have money like that. You made $1 million off Aquaman. You made $1 million off a sequel, or $2 million, and you owe about 8 million, and you're about to owe these insurance companies, if I'm not mistaken, 15 million, right? So, bitch, you're broke. So somebody is bankrolling her. Somebody's her benefactor, right? Because she's way too comfortable. But so I assume the baby is Elon Musk's baby. And that's why she's so comfortable and confident and moving like a fucking idiot, which is what she's doing. And it just kind of blew my mind that more people weren't talking about this kid. I think people maybe refrained because it's a child and you want to drag a child into this. But from a purely child welfare perspective, I looked at this thing and I said to myself, that kid has no fucking chance. That kid is a fucking shield baby. That little girl is a shield baby because this is what my mind imagines. Amber Heard, she's not a dumb woman. She's crazy as shit, but she's not a dumb woman. She had to see that, oh shit, the laws in America are different. This defamation shit could go a different way. You know what I'm saying? All this shit could go a different way. I need to do something. Because I think she knew everything was coming. He had too many witnesses. There was too much evidence. There was too much evidence of her having all these diagnoses, all these things that would be indicative of someone doing the things that Johnny Depp alleged she did, right? So it's too much evidence. She's got too much coming against her, right? So she's intelligent enough to know, I gotta have some sort of buffer, right? And I'm not gonna fucking and ruin this body because for whatever reason I'm trying to, stay at 10, right? So she goes to Elon Musk and she gets that situation going, the seduction of this and that, telling him what he wants to hear, all that. She's working him. She's pimping him. Hey, let's have a baby together. I just really resonate with you, and, you've got this great intellect. A man like you would be the only type of man I'd want to reproduce with. I could already hear, what this bitch would say. So she gets this baby. Okay? However she got it, she has a baby. Because she knows they're not going to put a lady in jail who has a baby. They're not going to put a pretty, I'll just say it, a pretty white lady with a baby in jail. They're just not going to do that shit, okay? I don't try to play the race card and shit, but it is what it is. We've all seen who does time and who really doesn't do any time. And if you're a pretty white girl, you damn near got to burn down the White House to get some real time, right? So she has this kid, and I'm just like, this kid is fucked. Somebody go get this little fucking girl, because she's fucked. Excuse me. How does it tie into my channel? It has nothing to do with me. I don't know the kid. I never laid eyes on her. I don't know Amber Heard. I would not want to converse with her. It ties into narcissism, excuse me. It ties into being an object for a parent. This little girl is going to be an object for her. And once the storm of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard clears away, she will have been beyond her usefulness. What kind of treatment do you think this little girl is going to get? If Amber Heard is bold enough to pop off and assault full-grown adults, what do you think she's going to do to that little girl if she fucks up, or she spills some juice, or she takes her marker and she draws on the wall, or she pisses in the bed, or shit little kids do? That's unavoidable, and you got to deal with it. What do you think she's going to do to that little girl? Why is nobody talking about this little fucking girl? This kid, I mean, I said it, but this kid has no fucking chance. From what I've seen, again, I'm ashamed I've researched this, but I'm a looky-loo like everybody else. From what I've seen, Amber comes from a pretty fucked up family. I think you have to have a fucked up family to produce a specimen like this, right? And, it's not like granddad or grandma, which I think her mother passed away, unfortunately. But it's not like granddad or grandma is going to be there, to kind of help out in a pinch. This kid is stuck with this bitch, and she's being ever more isolated because nobody wants to deal with her. Everybody's coming out against her. I'm quite sure a woman with that much narcissism and borderline personality and all those other things is feeling the stress of being disliked. Profoundly and globally fucking disliked. So who is gonna bear the brunt of that? Who can I beat up and bully who can't talk back, who needs me, who can't run away from me because I'm afraid of being abandoned because I'm a borderline and blah, blah, blah. A little baby. This little fucking girl. Who's going to help this? I hope this kid grows up and runs away at like 15. I really do. Probably be the best fucking thing for her. Sleeping in trains, being a fucking hobo would probably be better than being raised in Amber Heard's house. And I don't even know this bitch, but I feel confident in saying that. If you could come up with a story, right, where you say somebody assaulted you with a bottle, a fucking liquor bottle, and that shit never happened, you got a twisted ass mind. You're a twisted ass bitch. And that little girl is gonna pay the price.